all you wonderful quilters. I'm Cathy with True Cotton Company in Carmel, Indiana. We're just north of Indianapolis in central Indiana. If you're in the area, certainly stop by and check us out. I'm really excited today to show you this scrap buster idea that I came up with when I was making some snowball blocks at Christmas last year. I made this cute little pincushion, and I thought it would be fun to show you all how I use those extra little triangles to make this pattern. So I've been working today on these sweet little blocks. I'm going to make a cute little mug rug out of these. And I have this one block here, and I'm going to trim that corner off with just a 1/4 inch seam, just like you typically would. And now I have this cute pairing, and it's a wonderful fabric that I picked out, and I really want to make it into another project. So I'm going to come over and just sew with a 1/4 inch seam these two little triangles together, making a small little half square triangle block. Now we're going to come over to the iron, and we can iron both of these projects together. We'll get this block finished up so it's ready for our project, and you can see how quick and easy it was to sew this cute little square. Now we take this over. We're going to trim this to 1.5 inches. I like to use a block ruler, but you can use your favorite technique for trimming, because I know there are so many really good ways to trim up, just making sure that all the blocks from the project are the same size. Now I think the easiest way to see how I lay out this block is if we're here on this ironing board, which has a nice big space. To make this, I start in my center, and I'm making a cute little kind of white diamond, or a little square in a square. I then want to make some yellow ribbons around. And to make those ribbons, it's laying it out this way so you get that nice little point, because you could do a little triangle, you could do star points. There's lots of ways you can lay out these pieces. This was my personal favorite way to do it. Let me get these last two on here. And now you just want to take these pieces, and I like to put the blue corner towards the outside. This makes a nice little, you've got the white here, you make a white little corner unit with your outer blue, and these yellow ribbons that flow. So it makes for a really sweet block. Now I'm going to show you a little bit how to sew these together, and then I'll show you how it turned out. So we'll come over to the sewing machine again. You're just going to line those up and use a little 1/4 inch seam. And just take your time. So just like that. We start sewing this together. You'll just sew all this together, making a cute little top, and I will show you that here once I get these put together. Welcome back. As you can see, we've sewn together this cute top to it. This is about 4 inches, like 4 3/4 inches. So I took a piece of fusible fleece, just a little bit smaller than the top. This adds a little more structure to your pincushion. And I am not the expert when it comes to interfacing and everything, but you do want that sticky side towards your fabric, not towards your ironing board. I know that much about fusible. And I leave that on for just a few seconds. It's a very hot iron. And then I do, once it's cooled down, like to do just a little quilting on it. I'm not sure if it's necessary with fusible, but I know with a lot of the interfacings, you should do a little bit. And this Janome does a really nice job. But if you need a walking foot or something, feel free to do that. And my foot has gotten a little out of place. Let me get that back in order. And there we go. I do just a little bit of back stitching. And I'll just come around. I'm just going to do some straight lines. Just kind of wanting to hit all these blocks. You can see here, do any design that you would like to. I'm just doing some of these zigzagging throughout straight lines, not really trying for in the ditch or anything. I'm going to do one last little ring around the entire piece. I think it's so fun, even these easy little quilting projects like this, seeing them come together. I'm going to do just one more line of stitching, I think, right here. You can see that comes together pretty quickly. And I know you might not be able to see much in the way of the quilting there. That just helps keep everything together. I also cut a piece of backing that was the same size, and I did some fusible on that as well. Now I'm going to take these pieces and put them right sides together. I want to leave an opening because we are going to flip this inside out. So make sure you leave a few inches so that you can turn this. And I'm going to use a 1/4 inch seam going around. And just work your way around. So we're just going to enclose this so we can fill this pincushion. I'm going to go a little bit more there. Now we're getting to our last side. Remember, we're leaving that opening. So we've got this one more. And I just want to go a little bit on this last edge, because you don't want to leave it, if you leave a real small space, it's harder to turn out. The bigger space does mean there's a little more stitching to do at the end. Alright, Welcome back again. We have got this sewn all around the edges now. I'm going to clip these corners. That just helps reduce bulk. You don't want to go through the stitching line, but just close to it. We've done all that beautiful work. Now we're going to go back to those points, and I did back stitch at the beginning and the end. I don't know if on the video you saw that, but I do like to back stitch those points because we're going to be pulling and tugging at them while I flip this inside out. And because you've got all the layers of the fusible and the quilting and the fabric, so it becomes not a hard project to turn inside out. And I like to poke out those little corners, which I'll actually take a little pencil eraser here and kind of get those out a little bit more. Kind of get those, and now you can see here we've got a really fun pincushion coming together. Now I'm going to fill my pincushion with crushed walnut shells. I know there's a few different fillings that you can use. I just typically do like this, and I use a little funnel. And I just find this the easiest way to get in, especially if you have a little smaller hole than I've left here. You could maybe spoon this in to this hole. But this funnel will just let you get it in. You're going to want to fill this up a lot. I always say you kind of want to fill it up till it seems like it's too much. And you might even want to add a little more at that point. Because a really full pincushion, it looks a little nicer, and the pins don't, like, they really stick in there and stand up. And that's why we're making this, is so our pins are easily accessible. Alright, I'm working on the hand stitching for this project, filling that last little bit. I'm using the ladder stitch, also called the invisible stitch. There's lots of good videos on the internet, especially on YouTube, where people know how to do this a lot better than I do. So I'm going to suggest you go to them and you can search for that and find the ladder or the invisible stitch. And people will show you how to do this. And that way you can see how it really should be done. And once I have this done, I'll come back and I'll show you what I've created. Alright, well, I did get my hand stitching done, and I think it looks pretty good. I know I'm not the best at doing it, but with practice I'll get better, and so will you. So I hope you enjoy making this cute little project with the scraps that you have left over from your half square triangles, if you have one where you're using and you cut off half of it, or the flying geese, your snowball blocks. There's lots of projects where we get these cute little triangles left over, and it's fun to take those and make a sweet little project. These make great gifts for people, or just for you to have and use by your sewing machine. If you did enjoy this video, I hope you can like or subscribe to our channel. I hope you're having a good day. Certainly be kind to yourself.